Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, Music with Todd Ledbetter. Super glad you're here. And hey, we're back with some more The FIXX. Now, a few weeks ago, I did The FIXX's entire album, their latest release from 2022. It's called Every 5 Seconds. I'm a huge FIXX fan. I love them from the second that I discovered them way back in the 80s and followed them way past the point of their, chart-topping success. I even seen them in concert here in the same venue I saw Leprous a couple of months ago, just right down the street from me. It was a great concert, and I had no idea they had this album out anyway. So we did the whole full album, but today we're going to take a look at the third song from that album. They have released a video, and I really want to see the video. It was recommended by one of a long-time subscriber here on the channel, and a big fan of the FIXX as well. Brought it to my attention, and so I am all about it. I want to see this video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and pop right in and check it out. This is the FIXX from their 2022 release. Believe it or not, they have a new album. I know it's 2023 now, but that's pretty new for the FIXX. What do we got going here? There we go.
Oracle, what policy? Which magic word should I decree? Our future past, what prophecy? The soul I trade in what currency?
I love Si's voice.
Was the moral line for privacy? Is there a wall of secrecy? Fanatics rule in duplicity. Is mine a man in the majority? Take what you want from me. Every beat of my heart. Take what you want from me. You're so free. They cannot take what I have to give. My strongest hand remains passive. With all my might, I must commit. Where freedom dies, freedom lives. Take what you want from me. Every beat of my heart. Why don't you take what you want from me? 'Cause it's so free. Ooh. Take what you want from me. Even the air I breathe. Be the air I breathe. Every beat of my heart. As far as the eye can see. Through the parting sea. So won't you spare me your honesty? A vice-like grip on my reality. I'm seeing through the veiled hypocrisy. Open the cage, set the bird free. Take. Why don't you take what you want from me?
So I've only heard the album one time, and that was the time that I, listened to it here on this channel. So that is technically the second time I've heard that song, and I do kind of vaguely remember it, but I really, really enjoyed that song just now. That to me was my fix. That really, Sai's voice was just what I want to hear out of him, and I really was able to sort of focus in without sort of the distraction of like, is this whole album going to get blocked when I do it, and all the multitudes of songs. That's the nice thing about when I hear a new album is just doing it one song at a time. But when I go back to listen to a song for the second time, is usually when I get a little more relaxed and I'm hearing more of the subtleties. Like I could hear more of the guitar work that was going on there. It was a little bit subtle and buried into the mix, but it's the kind of stuff I love. And the bass was driving. It had some cool lines in it. Obviously the drums were jamming. They just had a great beat that kept you bouncing. Sai's voice, so good. But I have listened to the albums that I was into. I listened to so many times, and I knew every little detail of them. And I could tell I've got to go back and I got to start listening to this album, just like put it on repeat for a few days and really dig into it, because this song is just the FIXX. It's so perfectly the FIXX. I love the keyboardist, and I've explained this before. Before I discovered, let's just say before I discovered Porcupine Tree and Japan, who I'm drawing a blank. Is it Robert, the keyboard player? Sounds right, but I have a terrible memory with names and faces. I remember names. This keyboardist on the FIXX, he had a way of a soundscape that I wasn't really used to. I love the keyboards, and groups like Genesis and things like that. That's different kind of keyboard. This is more like soundscape keyboard, but to me, it never sounded dated. Even the keyboard sounds he has here, they're really nice, and it didn't give me because the FIXX never sounds dated to me. It just sounds like the FIXX because of the elements of everybody that's playing, as a whole. And when I discovered Porcupine Tree, I was like, that kind of keyboard playing is what I love. I love that kind of keyboard playing. It's so integral to the music, but integral to the mood, and yet it generally never sounds like dated. And because you think that the FIXX is back in the early 80s, 83, I think is 82 maybe, when I first heard them. Big, no, probably before that a little bit. But I think by 83, they were like on the charts big time. And so it's been years. It's been a whole lot of years. It's been 40 years basically. And they just sound great to me. Never, ever dated. The one bummer is I don't have any of my FIXX records, tapes, CDs, nothing. And so I went to Spotify to check it out, and most of their catalog is gone. It's just gone. I don't know what's going on there. They've got this new one, so I'm going to just buy it and support them with that. I don't know why Spotify doesn't have them on there, why they're not on Spotify. But it's a real disappointing, because it's going to be real hard for people to find out how great their music is. And it's not just their hit songs like One Thing Leads to Another. That's probably like the only song anybody knows of them. And they've got such amazing albums. Their Calm Animals album was just so good to me. So good to me. So many of them were. Ink is great too. I think you can get Ink on Spotify. So, go listen to that. but it's a shame. It's a real shame. But that was good. I really liked it. Just I don't know what it is. There's something about them that just hits me in the right spot. And with their music, it's not super progressive, but it can be at moments in different songs, but they have a lot of movement, a lot of different thematic themes musically in their songs, and they can switch, modes quite nicely in their music. That one was pretty much, it took a beat break, whatever, but it was pretty much, jamming along pretty good. But that's nice too, of course. But I really enjoyed the keyboards. Even in that song, I enjoyed it. There was quite a few things going on there with the keyboards. Sai's voice, he's got several different ways he sings. And that's one of my favorites. I think they're all my favorites. That's why this one is one of my favorites, because he's got 3 or 4 different styles that he sings, and they're all my favorite because I love him. I just love his voice. It's different. It's unique. The way he comes out with melody is very much him. He never sounds like anybody else. He never sounds like he's taken an idea from somebody else or anything like that. It's always very creative, very much himself. Super good band. I love the FIXX. I wish them all the success. I hope this album's doing well for them. Couldn't tell you if it is. I mean, the only way to look is just by the plays on Spotify that I have. And, Wake Up looks like a pretty good song, which is the next song after Take What You Want From Me. The Closer is a big song from there. But, you're only looking at under 140,000 listens on Spotify, and the rest of them are way, 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 way under that. So, my hope is that people can, pull out their old CDs, give them another listen, or if you see one somewhere, pick it up and give them a shot. I'm not sure. I'd like to hear what your kind of opinions are, what your memories are of the FIXX. If to you they seem like like a pop band from the 80s or what, because I don't think of them like that really at all. I really don't. I don't know. Like I would put them in the category with Porcupine Tree. I'd put them in that category. I'm not comparing them. But I will say that I really, really like their music as much as that I like Porcupine Tree's music. I really like the FIXX's music too, and I'm not comparing them in any way except for the keyboard players both create beautiful soundscapes to me. I mean, that one was, wasn't anything dreamy or anything like that, but it was a lot going on there that was really nice, keyboard wise, and it's not your typical kind of keyboard stuff, so that's my take on that song. I really enjoy it, and hearing that song just by itself really makes me want to go back and just give that album some spins and really get into it with my headphones on, maybe while I'm working in the wood shop or something, and just listen to it a few times. That's my plan. I suggest you do the same and report back to me with your findings. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hey, thanks for hanging out with me on all the album listens. We've been doing some Queen, and we've been doing the Rolling Stones and stuff like that, but the full albums. And we're going to continue with that, but we're going to do a few singles because sometimes singles is just where it's at, when I'm trying to focus on one song, because by the time with the albums, I don't get to discuss each song as it happens. So I don't analyze it in my own brain and dissect it. I listen to it, and before I can really form a lot of verbal opinion, the next song starts. So that's kind of nice about just doing one song at a time. All right, guys, check out my Ko-Fi if you want to help out the channel and recommend songs. You could do it over there. I appreciate everyone that does, and also my Patreon. And also, I look forward to your comments down below too. All right, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.